Let's do our next small activity. May I request all of you to please look up there at the ceiling, and visualize a clock, a round clock. Now take your hands, maybe one hand, right hand, and move in clockwise direction. Yes, 12, 3, 6, 9, 12, 3, 6, 9. Keep moving, keep moving. Then lower your hand, lower your hand. Okay, bring down, keep moving, and now watch. We started clockwise, but now it is anti-clockwise. An illusion. Perspective change. Brain we are a little confused. We are aware of different kinds of illusion, isn't it? Optical illusion, tactical illusion, auditory and psychological illusions. Today, let's try to do a little bit when it comes to psychological illusions. Stephen Hawking said, the greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance, but illusion of knowledge. We all understand illusions, right? So, yes, illusions. So what's an illusion? That's the question which pops up. And who creates the illusion? And is there a way to get out of the illusion? Illusion, I see as distorted perception. Reality is mutually agreed upon perception, and truth is beyond all kinds of perceptions. Illusion, it does exist, but it exists as visual experience. For example, mirage in a desert, it does appear as visual, right? But then what it shows, water, is false. Reality as to the sensory experiences, we mutually agree upon, yeah, this is real, fine. But the truth is beyond it, right? So, I call illusion, and when it comes to illusion, ego is the chief illusory officer. That's the question, right? What's an illusion clear? Who creates an illusion? It's basically ego. And what's an ego? Ego is our false identity, right? And by ego, I don't mean always that it's a super ego, very arrogant ego, very torturous ego. Or sometimes very healthy ego helps you to sustain in life. But then the problem comes when you get over-conditioned or attached to this self, false self called ego, and then you get lost in the illusion, right? So chief illusory officer, that's an ego. If ego is a parent, then the illusions, or I call it the biases, the cognitive biases, are its children. Different kinds of illusions: optical illusion, auditory illusion, tactile illusion, and psychological illusion, and so on. Right? Okay. So now, what's the way out? What's the way out? I see, out of my experience, I see ability in the present moment will dissolve and disintegrate the ego. Ego doesn't stay in the present moment. If you can really see through it, obviously, whatever you see, it means you are not there. If you can see illusion, if you can see ego, it means you are not there. You are far beyond it. So the whole pursuit is awaken to that eternal, that which is truth. Right? I keep saying, that only the person who is present 100% in the present can only present the best present and can be the best present. So, in order to penetrate into that, what we call in life is all about knowing and doing. You student, Gen Z, you study something, right? What do you study, and whatever you study, you want to do something, you want to get better of it, right? So it is knowing and doing, vision and action, which is why I thought of this matrix. This matrix, way back 2004, I could design this matrix when I was in corporate. So this matrix is vision to action matrix. And the password to penetrate into this matrix is presence. Are you present? Can you snap that illusion? Can you snap all the biases of the ego? Right? So let me get into okay. So when it comes to next slide, please. Yeah, okay. When it comes to Gen Z and AI, as you see here, you people speaking memes, right? Those people, like speaking memes, you go to Python and you meditate on Spotify. So be it. If it enables you to move from good to great, helps you to move from illusion or to illumination, then so be it. But the major question comes. When we stay in the zombie state, the major question comes, that why we exist. And Mark Twain rightly said, there are 2 days important. The day you are born and the day you ask yourself, why I'm born. Right? What's my mission on planet Earth? That's very, very important. So, this is the matrix I was talking about. I will see 2 by 2 matrix. On the very y-axis, you can see I plotted the very y of life, the purpose of my life, why I exist. On the x-axis, horizontal, as you see, the x factor, the execution excellence, that's the area of your action. Where you are going to act, you are going to work. So as you see, the 4 quadrants, very easy for us because brain needs some framework, some construct to understand, to remember, to decode. So as you see, drifters, the dreamers, the hustlers, and the evolutionaries. Drifters are those where the vision is low, and obviously the action is low. One by one, we are going to get into this quadrants. Okay? Then the dreamers, high action, very, very bate, but when it comes to action, no action. So who are these dreamers? What kind of people are this? We'll get in. Then the hustlers, maybe people from our generation, X generation, good boys, great followers, like action packed. But then where we are going, what's the vision? Many times later in life, we realize that. I know many materialistic achievers, they say later stage in their life, they say, oh my God, this is what I was running after my whole life. And then it turns out to be, a waste of time. Oh my God, what it was I was running after. Which is why I was so confused, stressed, and into conflicts. I didn't have peace of mind. Okay. So the quadrant of success, or the sweet spot, is the evolutionary, where the vision is high, absolute clarity, and the action is the most righteous. I recall Helen Keller, she says, the worst thing than being blind is to have the sight but no vision. We'll get it one by one. So, the drifters, no vision and no action. Which kind of people are this? Maybe the people who are born with silver spoon, right? And they don't see the value of all the luxuries and the facilities they possess. Or maybe people, once upon a time, being very, very successful, maybe in 50s, 60s, 40s, whatever, right? And all of a sudden, the life snatches away from them, which was very precious. Maybe the power, the position, or maybe health hazard, or maybe loss of a big financial loss, or maybe loss of some loved one. Then they get into drifter mode, isn't it? Then they need some push, something. Because they get into hopelessness state, what to do. Let me tell you, 2021, I underwent open heart surgery. Though being fit, I'm 53 now. So open heart surgery, but by the grace of God and by the competence of my surgeons, the care of my family, my wife, my son, my friends and the colleagues, I could bounce back. Because I have that vision clarity. I'm here to learn and share. Learn as if my first day and share as if my last day, especially to the students who are underprivileged and located remotely, deprived of all this professional skills enhancement. Right? So on this very prestigious platform of TEDx, if I may perform push-ups on fingers. Okay? So in the meantime, I would say that. Let's see what it is. The bias of illusion, this quadrant, status quo, jokes and rights of Hindu, they fear change. And as you know, champion, change, challenge is one phenomenon. Right? So we need to know who am I. As long as we know that I am just body and mind, this flesh and bones identity, I'll be limited, I'll be wired, I'll be tired, I'll be getting exhausted. But the moment I realize I'm something beyond to it, I become truly unbeatable. So the call to action for them is, those who are into this quadrant, reboot, resurrect, and rise like a phoenix. And there is no person alive in the world who can make a new beginning. That's what. Step into one discomfort zone every week. So, can I have the push-ups here? Are you all excited to see me push-ups? 53? Okay, great. Thank you very much. I will do it on 3 fingers. My father was in army and he used to say, Mushkil Waqt, Commando Sir. Thank you very much. My father was in army and he used to say, Mushkil Waqt, Commando Sir. He had clarity when it comes to his vision. And according to his information, and likewise, the action. So let's move to the next slide. That's basically the dreamers. Now what do we mean and what is the bias? Heuristics, confirmation, the research effect. जो फिलहाल दिख रहा है वही सही है, right? That's what they are into. They bring lot of imagination, but they fail when it comes to implementation. So for them, I would like to say, many know the path, but very few walk. Bodhi Dharma, one of the inspiring Buddhist monks by them, and originator of Shaolin martial arts. So, aside great vision, he emphasized on action also. The dreamers need to get into that. Okay, so what is the call to action? Call to action, I believe in action, vision and action. Call to action is don't just feed the prompts of chatbots. Feed your purpose. Ask yourself why you are here. And then break the dream into daily actionable tasks, one day at a time. So this is the quadrant. Now let's get into the next quadrant. That's basically the hustlers. So which kind of people are this? The others are dreamers. Too much of analysis becomes paralysis, dreaming, right? Now these people are just opposite. Low vision, not much of information, but they are hustlers. भाग रहे. क्यों भाग रहे? सब भाग रहे इसलिए मैं भाग रहा हूं. So you need to question, whatever you are running after, is it really worth? Is it going to enable me to evolve in life, or worsen the case and I'm going to devolve, going towards chaos or towards clarity? Okay, so for them, if you don't know your goal, this is my one-liner. If you don't know your goal, you will go goal. So know your goal. Okay. And then bandwagon effect, as we understand, sheep mentality, herd mentality. No? This we need to snap out. Action bias, automation bias. Okay. So the CTA is pause and ask yourself, whatever the performance you are there, is the performance propelled by the higher purpose? That's the question you need to ask. And that is basically one of your super strengths, Gen Z. That's one of your super strengths. You have so many strengths. I really bow down to all the Gen Z, the architects of the new world. But then question yourself, who you are? What's your purpose? Okay. So the next one, the sixth spot of the quadrant of success is what? When you have high clarity. You know, and the immediate byproduct is the action. That's basically high vision and high action. But many times what happens, even at this clarity, some people get into this kind of a bias. They become a solo player. They become self-serving. So for them, I like to recall all of us, not just them. That's basically, with great power comes great responsibility. If you have the power, you have the clarity, you have the courage, you have everything, then let compassion be the compass of life. Let compassion become the compass of life. That's what. That is the call to action. Now, when you stand in front of a mirror, be honest to yourself, or that person in the mirror you see, and ask, are you drifter? Are you dreamer? Are you hustler? Are you at the evolutionary state? Let me tell you, none of the quadrants is permanent. You can rise in any quadrant, you can fall back to any quadrant, but the whole pursuit is to sustain into that quadrant of success and ask yourself, whatever you are doing, for what you are doing. Many times we don't know what to call. The problem is not that we don't have problem. The problem is that we don't know what the problem is all about. And you know what? जिंदगी में फिल्मों की तरह अंत में सब ठीक हो ही जाता है, और अगर ठीक ना हो तो वो अंत नहीं है। Picture about so I would say keep exploring your potential, yes, and in the beginning I said ego is the chief illusory officer. So what is the antidote? Love, obviously, unconditional love, universal love is the chief enlightenment officer that I believe in. So thank you very much, all of you. Thank you, Motilal Nehru College, the organizing team of this TEDx. Really grateful to you. Thank you very much for finding my profile worthy enough to get invited over here. I thank to my family, my friends, and of course Chitkara University, which gives me an opportunity to pursue my vision in action. Thank you very much.